Welcome back to Pure Lottie. So today's video is a video using all the items that I got in the advent calendar. So it is a full face using e.l.f. So if you want to see how I go and what I think of all the products, then make sure you keep watching. And if you like today's video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up down below because it really helps me out. And if you're new, don't forget to join my family. Hit that subscribe button and change that notification bell to all so you don't miss any of my future videos. And lastly, Happy New Year! This is my first video for 2022. I have a lot of new things coming in 2022, so make sure you keep watching. But let's jump into the makeup. So to start with, I'm just going to do a quick recap of what I got in the advent calendar. So we got the e.l.f. Mint set of eye brushes. So it just has 3 brushes in here, absolutely stunning. We got the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream in Fair 120N, looks like that. We also got the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer that looks like this, and I am using the shade Fair 10C. We got the e.l.f. Highlighting Stick in Holographic. We got the e.l.f. Lash Extending Black Mascara. We got the e.l.f. Luxe Lash Kit Starstruck Lashes. Not sure if that's showing up. We got the e.l.f. Gel and Powder Eyebrow Kit in Medium. We got the e.l.f. Liquid Metallic Eyeshadow in Aurora. This really nice metallic green. We got the e.l.f. Seriously Satin Lipstick in Pepper. Beautiful, beautiful red. We've got the Precision Liquid Eyeliner from e.l.f. in black. And lastly, we have the e.l.f. Putty Brush in Turks and Caicos. So I'm going to jump straight in and I will speed up some bits and I will let you know what I think of everything after trying it, and I will do a wear test for you guys today as well. So firstly, she didn't get me a primer purely because I already used e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So we are going to use this today because this is my favourite. So I'll be able to truly know exactly how the makeup wears because I'm using my original primer. And she also didn't get me a setting powder, so I'm going to use my Nikki Joy Cosmetics setting powder. And again, this is my ride or die one, so again, I'm going to know how it all works because I'm using those 2 products. So I have just done one brow. This is what it looks like compared to no brow done yet on this side. I have not cleaned up the edges or anything yet. I just wanted to show you what the difference is. So far, it's okay. I am definitely not like a pomade type brow person. I prefer a pencil because I can, you know, have control of it a lot more. But it definitely works, but we'll see how it fares. The little brush that it comes with is so tiny, it is almost impossible to do it with this. So I just grabbed one of my actual brow brushes. This one is just from Morphe M158, and I just had more control with this brush. I did try the powder over top of it as well. I don't really understand the powder. I couldn't see any difference by using the powder. So I don't have an eye primer, so I'm going to go ahead and use my P. Louise eye primer. This is just my standard everyday one, so I will know how it wears then with this. So I also did not get an e.l.f. eyeshadow palette in my advent calendar. So I've just grabbed one that I already had in my collection. This is the e.l.f. Rose Gold Sunset palette, and I'm just going to use some of like the brown shades as transitions just to go with the liquid eyeshadow. So I've used the metallic eyeshadow and I'm actually pretty impressed with it. It definitely applies better with your fingers than a brush or the applicator that it comes with. But this is what it looks like. Now I have put about 3 layers on. So I did do the first layer with a brush and it was just quite patchy, and with the applicator. Then the second layer I tapped in with my finger to cover the patchiness, and I did use a brush to blend it out so there wasn't any super harsh lines or anything. And then I just went in with another little bit over top down the bottom here just to brighten it up, and it's already dried down, so I am like super impressed. Nothing has come off. Like, yeah, look at that. Nothing is coming off on my finger, so I'm really happy with that. But we will see how it wears throughout the day. So I have used all the brushes, and I do like e.l.f. brushes. I buy the individual ones all the time. I definitely prefer a bit smaller ones. This is more of like a basic set, which it wasn't as precise as I wanted it to be able to do this look, but that's okay. It is good as a beginner, just for if you're doing a basic eyeshadow and you're not doing like a cut crease or anything like I have. But I do love e.l.f.'s brushes, and I have probably 50 in my collection already because they're so cheap and they're so good. So I have just used the eyeliner and just done some wings with it. It is extremely hard to control, but I am definitely someone that doesn't use liquid liner like this. I prefer it in a liquid liner pencil form. Again, it's just all about control for me, and I haven't learned to use like a liquid liner like this yet. I have learnt using a felt tip pen because then I do have control over it easier. One thing to note about this eyeliner though is it is taking forever to dry down. I have had on for probably 5 minutes now. This eye is still quite wet, but there's little bits on this eye still wet as well, and because of that, when I opened my eyes up first up, you would have seen that it did transfer up into my eyelids. So I had to clean them up. So it's definitely something that you need to like keep looking down, not up, so then you don't keep transferring it. But I think it is probably almost dry now. Yeah, it's almost dry. I've still got a little bit on my finger, but it's almost dry now, so it does take quite a long time to dry down. So I have just opened up the mascara, and as you saw just there was heaps of product hanging off the end. So I've just rubbed it off on the inside. Now I think the issue is that where you pull it out from isn't tight enough, so it's not taking off very much product. It is quite a big opening. I'm still going to try it out though, but I've just taken as much as I can off possibly. However, I have noticed that it almost looks like the little bristles on here is all like shedding. So I hope that doesn't leave anything behind on my lashes, but let's pop it on. Okay, so this is the difference. This eye has no mascara on it, and this is the one that has mascara on it. Hopefully you can see the difference. Looking at it here in the mirror, I can't really see too much of a difference. I think this side definitely has a bit more of a curl now that it's got mascara in it. So I have just applied the lashes, and this is what they look like. They're just nice and natural, very minimalistic. I normally do go for a lash that's a bit longer just so then it's like worth applying, but this is quite nice if you just want it to look like your own natural lashes, because these are pretty much the same length as my natural lashes. So yeah, they're nice. They were a little bit harder to apply because they are very thin. I could not use the little tweezers that came with it. It is way too small, and I just cut off a little bit at the front and at the end, just so that it would fit my eye shape a little bit better. So I have just used the CC cream, and this is full coverage. I feel like as though I have just loaded so much product onto my face, so a little bit goes a long way. I should have realized that before pumping out. I think I did 2 pumps and I still have tons on the back of my hand there. I only had to tap into it one more time just to get some on my forehead, but this is full coverage. Like, this is covered everything. So I have just used the concealer, and this is what it is looking like. I'm about to set my face down in full, so I know I do look very white. I haven't added any bronzer or any blush on yet. The concealer, not a huge fan of, unfortunately. You have to press the button so many times to get a decent amount out, and it's a little bit yellow for my liking. I did find the foundation, the CC cream was a little bit yellow as well. I hope it pinks out a little bit more, because I'm definitely more of a pink undertone, not a yellow undertone. So in person it does look a little bit yellowish, but we'll see how, once I've set it all down, what it looks like. It did definitely cover a little bit, but I just found that with the CC cream already on, that had covered enough already, so I really didn't need too much concealer. So yeah, we'll see how it looks throughout the day though. So I don't have any bronzer from the advent calendar, so I'm just going to use my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, just because I know how this wears and I really like it. So then if I'm going with products that I already know, then I'll know how it will affect the makeup. Okay, I'm just using my bronzer, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it on camera, but it is sticking to certain parts of my face and then not to others. So it's happening on both sides. I don't know if I like the CC cream now because of that, but I'll see if I can fix it. Still have to add blush, so we'll still see if I can get it any better, but yeah, that's not a good look. Okay, I've just tried to fix it a bit. It's not perfect, but it does look a lot better than what it did now. It's definitely not my favourite to blend this bronzer over, and so far I have not found a foundation that this bronzer didn't work with. So I'm not sure why it is doing this, but I will keep playing with it. Okay, I've just used the blush and it is a very nice colour, definitely suits my skin tone. It helped blend the bronzer back into my skin as well. I have set my face down and forgot that this is a putty blush, so it didn't work very nice with my fingers. This is the side I did with my fingers and this is the side that I did with just a little sponge, and it definitely worked nicer just tapping it into my skin with a beauty blender like this than your fingers, but that was because I set my face down. So normally I would use my fingers for products like this. Okay, so I've just used the highlighter and it is stunning. It went on really nicely, actually blended really nicely even though I have powdered down my face. Very pretty, absolutely love it. Very happy with that one. It did pull up on my nose, but that's because I didn't tap it in. I did try doing a line, so just make note if you've powdered down already, you definitely need to just dab it on or use your finger and blend it out. So this is the full face of the Advent Calendar e.l.f. products. So the only thing that is not, sorry, there's two products that aren't e.l.f. that I am wearing today, and that is my setting powder, which is my Nakia Joy Cosmetics one, and then my bronzer, which is from Charlotte Tilbury. But everything else is using e.l.f. So far I'm pretty impressed with everything. I really love it. I love this red lipstick. It is an absolute beautiful red. So yeah, I will do a check-in and let you guys know how it works out throughout the day. It has probably been about 10 hours now since I applied all of the makeup. It's probably about 7 hours since I last applied the lippy. The lippy is definitely wearing off now, but it is actually a really nice formula and it has lasted almost all night. So it is New Year's when I am filming this. It is actually 11:40 at night. We've just got home. We went and celebrated with Morgan's mum and her friends. So I have had a few drinks, so if I look a bit drunk, it's because I am probably a little bit drunk. But we were out at the park, so it was windy, so you can tell from my hair that it was a mess. So I thought that was a really good wear test to do this makeup with. So the lippy still looks pretty impressive. I'm surprised that it is, you know, still on at all, being just a bullet lipstick. So yeah, pretty impressed with the lipstick, and it is a blue toned lipstick, which is absolutely stunning. Lashes are still on and they look pretty good. I definitely want to give the mascara a shot without any lashes as well. The metallic green eyeshadow, it is starting to crease on this eye, but this eye I can't see pretty much any creasing at all on that one. So I'm actually super impressed with that, and I'm looking forward to playing with it again. As for the brows, I'm super impressed with them as well. They haven't moved, and it was a very windy night out there, and you know, we were on the foreshore, so yeah, to have that, you know, ocean wind and them to still be in place is pretty impressive. The blush is still all in place as well. So as for the foundation, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see completely, but it has piled up in my creases around my nose there. It's definitely looking heavy around my breakout on my chin. It is accentuating that quite a bit. I also have a small dot up here and it has accentuated that as well. But otherwise I think it wore pretty well. It's just a little bit in my smile lines, around my nose, and then on any breakouts it's accentuating it. But a lot of foundations are like that, so for an e.l.f. one to pretty much do the same thing as a high-end one, I'm pretty impressed. So I think this was a very good full face of e.l.f. products, and I don't think anything was a complete miss. I think everything just needs to be worked with. I need to work out what way it's going to work best on my skin and what products it's going to work best with. So I am super happy with this, but this is what my face is looking like after about 10 hours of wear. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Once again, I hope you had a great Christmas and a great new year, and I hope to see you throughout 2022. Make sure you leave a comment down below. I do like to interact with all of you guys. So that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up down below because it really helps me out. And if you're new, don't forget to join my family. Hit that subscribe button and change that notification bell to all, so you don't miss any of my future videos. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.